Hello, everybody. Yeah, so last night, what a card. There were a few fights anyway, really worth watching on the English card at the O2. Yeah, first of all, I watched some of that Robbie Davies Jr. versus Javier Molina, was it? Fight. And, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of, I don't know. Well, I didn't catch the entire fight, but I thought Molina, he did the he had the best punches. He did most of the damage, but he lost by a split decision anyway to the home favorite. So I cannot say if it was a fair decision because I haven't really, I didn't follow it the entire time anyway, and I think I can tune in after like maybe 3 rounds or something. I don't know, two or three. So, but it looked to me like Molina was the one doing most of the damage, but maybe he didn't win enough rounds. Yeah. So this was for the WBA Continental Super Lightweight title or light welterweight, as I prefer calling it. I think Super Lightweight just sounds a little bit weird. Those two words, super light, don't go well together simply. So Robbie Davies Jr. is from Liverpool, and he's yeah. I mean, I don't think he will get much further at this. This was just a fight for a pretty much worthless belt. So to be honest, but anyway, it was a pretty good fight. So yeah, there will be. There's not much relevance, for this what happened. I don't think Robbie Davis Jr. will get to, but who knows? Maybe he'll get to fight Josh Taylor, but I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. All right, then there was well, Chantelle Cameron. She had a fight also last night where she defended her titles WBC and WG, no, sorry, IBF, yeah, against Victoria Bustos. So that was a very one-sided affair. Obviously, Bustos is past her prime, and 33. She was a world champion before, but briefly, never too long. Anyway, she was world champion more than once actually, but never for very long. So she already had 6 losses. So no knockouts also. And Chantelle, she's really a top class, a world class fighter, and yeah, I hope she gets to fight. She was talking about fighting. What's her name now? I can't remember. Jessica. Yeah. Somebody big anyway. So hopefully she will do that next fight. McCaskill, maybe no. I don't think she was talking about her. But anyway, yeah. I really like Chantelle Cameron. She's not just as a fighter, she comes off as a really nice human being, and she hugged uh, she hugged her opponent before the last round started. That was a very nice gesture. Yeah, we need definitely more people like that in boxing, who are humble and nice and warm, gentle in that sport of bruising. Anyway, then we have Alen Babic, yeah, fighting a guy called Balski. just a second. What's his full name? Because this was for WBC Silver Bridgerweight title. So yeah, Adam Balski, right? He was 16-1 and 0 with, yeah, he was before this. So this was right away. There was a big surprise when Alen Babic went down. He just was just a little bit too rushing it as usual, and he got caught on his way. You know, going towards Balski, he was caught with a straight right, I think. Anyway, yeah, he dominated most of the fight, of course, and Balski did connect, several times, also during the fight, but he just was on the defensive most of the time, and obviously just trying to survive. And then at the end of the ninth round, just after the bell rang, he hit Allen, who had Babic, who had lowered his guard, of course, big, with a big punch that really kind of rattled him. But he was able to make it, and then the 10th round was really exciting because they went all out, and Babic was just, he showed once again his toughness and bravado, by taking it to Balski and not just standing there like this, covering up, because that would have been, well, maybe safer, but still, it's not really a good idea to do that when you are hurt. I mean, when you allow your opponent a better chance to, simply to attack you, simply when you do that. When you just defend, cover up to survive, you allow him to come closer and throw and land more big punches, and then you are right in the shit. So Babic, this was his real test, of course. First time he went the distance, and it was, of course, lucky for him. This was a 10-round fight, because if it was 12 rounds, who knows? Because Balski looked kind of determined, to finish him off, but he wasn't. He wasn't able to, and yeah. So this was the first real opponent for Babic, because this guy has a solid record, 16-1, now 16-2. So most of his other opponents were like, you see, Spilmont was 11-7-1. Eric Molina was the best, but he was, of his former opponent, but he was, just finished in 28-7. Yeah, so you got, he fought stiffs for the most part, and now, he's suddenly fighting at Bridgerweight. These guys are not so heavy. They can move around. They can, you know, and they can also take a good punch, and because they are not so heavy, they are able to recover also, I guess, quicker. Yeah, and because when you are so heavy, you take a few big punches, and that's it. Your body just like shuts down. And so yeah. Anyway, Babic is now 11-0 with 10 KOs, and he was going out Oscar Rivas afterwards. And yeah, I would like to see that happen, but I must say I'm not really that giving him that much chance to win that fight, because he proved that once again he's quite easy to hit. Babic. That's always gonna be an issue for him, but that's his style. But against guys like Balski, I mean, even against him, he was almost taken out. Like in the end, or sorry, came close to it. But if he fights a guy like Rivas, who can punch and is dangerous, can move well, rather fast guy, because he's not so big. Then I'm not really optimistic about his chances, but he should do what he feels is right for his career. If he loses that fight, he can always go back, fighting lower level, opponents. But the problem is that this division is not so big, so yeah, he might have to return to heavyweight or cruiserweight eventually. I don't think he can do cruiserweight really. Not now, not anymore. And then finally, Craig Richards or Joshua Buatsi versus Craig Richards. Wow, what a fight it was, really. Yeah, it was amazing. Craig Richards is one tough cookie. I mean, come on, he took so many shots in that fight and he kept coming back. And then, this is why Dimitri Bivol was unable to really, to stop him or get, really like lay a beating on him or beat him down to size. Because this guy is really one tough SOB. And Joshua Buatsi, he fought. This is what I don't get. Boxrec has Richards at 6'1", while Buatsi is 6'2". But no way, Richards looked taller, so he's probably like 6'3" or something. But anyway, yeah, Buatsi was better in the first half of the fight, definitely. Richards, he did land some good 1, 2, left, right, but it wasn't that much. So he became really, assertive in the seventh or eighth round. He started really coming on Richards and landed some really good shots. But I mean, Buatsi also has a really good chin, and he just soaked up all the punches. And yeah, so this was the eliminator for the WBA title. Now Buatsi, he can go on to fight Bivol, I guess. But yeah, it was a really great fight from beginning to start because there was some bad blood, before the fight between these two, and now after the fight they were kind of hugging. That's good. Everything like sorted out now, and yeah, I kind of thought the scorecards were fair. I thought that Buatsi won like 8 rounds, probably. It's 116, 112, but I wouldn't really argue with 115, 113 because, Richards had his moments definitely, and it was a close fight all the way. I mean, most of the way, but Buatsi just did more, a little bit more in many of those rounds, was a little bit more accurate, and yeah, just a very, accomplished fighter and strong as hell. Yeah, Buatsi. I can see him giving, of course, Bill major problems, but to see him win against Bill, I don't think so. I don't think he's that good, simply. Not yet. I don't know if he will ever be. But yeah, he should give him a fight like Richards did, at least. Maybe even better fight. Yeah. So yeah, that was about it. I didn't watch, the Benavides versus Lemieux because that was in the United States, I believe. So in order to watch that, I have to stay awake all through the night, throughout the night. So I didn't feel like doing that. All right, so I think tomorrow I'll be doing my usual prediction video. Until then, I see you. Bye bye.